Sit down, Dom and Tessera, and listen. Let the ceremony of twinning begin. Using the finely honed blade, Cabela carves an intricate symbol into the floor. She then produces a small bundle wrapped in incense-laden parchment and sets it alight. You are my Daemon, I am your blade, and I am honed by your blessing. My arms are strong while your will is strong, and as long as the Undying One hears your prayers, my feet will go unheard. Her blade kisses her palm, and dark blood begins to trickle and spread over the bottom of the ritual cup that has just now appeared in her hands. With our blood, with our will, we shall spin a scarlet web. The spin, symbol of the hunt, may it herald our prey's demise. Cabela puts the dagger into your hand, and you suddenly feel how heavy your eyelids have become. Your heartbeat slows inside your chest. Her words linger and then rush through your mind in a deluge. The heavy scent of incense envelops you and makes your head spin. Make a small cut on your palm. The pain gives way to a burning sensation as Cabela grasps your hand and squeezes over the ritual cup. But this new discomfort is quickly replaced again, this time by a dull numbness and the faint warmth of blood flowing from your open wound. The twinning is the blood oath I have made to my lady. Cabela dips her finger into the spilt blood, and traces a symbol, first on her own forehead, then on yours. It appears to resemble a blade that is cut through an intricate knot. Anoint me with your blessing, Dom and Tessera, and may the ceremony commence. Cabela's face blurs before your eyes. No matter how hard you try to focus and dispel the vision, in place of her face you see a death mask, a broken skull with hollow eye sockets. I see strange things within you and without. The skull grins. You are learning to see what is hidden behind the familiar shell. Keep practicing, and years later you'll be able to see the truth even with your eyes closed. Okay, that's a really cool line. Years later, you'll be able to see the truth even with your eyes closed. Your loyalty. May your fury and resolve be unshakable. May your loyalty to the flagship be ever our steady guide during this mission. Be merciful. Those whom you hunt may be victims themselves. I bestow my blessing upon you, and so on and so forth. May your fury and resolve be unshakable. One who follows the thread of the web fights not out of rage, but with a mind as cold as stone. Nevertheless, rage can become a potent weapon in the hand of a punisher. I understand. I accept your blessing. Cabela thinks for a moment. Your body cannot accompany us on this chase, but your spirit, there is nothing the spirit cannot do. The twinning is complete. You and I are now bonded by the blood oath. Think of me while I hunt as I will think of you. But come a thought flowing through my mind. If the Undying One is gracious to us, he will send you dreams, and in those dreams you will see me. If he is more gracious still, those dreams will be truthful. I trust you. Let us begin. You perceive a faint smile from beneath the death mask. Cabela hands you the cup and begins tracing her fingers around the bottom while whispering a prayer. Watch now, Dom and Tessera. What does thy seeing eye behold in the converging patterns of blood? She draws your attention to the symbol she has just inscribed. You see shifting images in the blood, a spider crafting a fine web, blurred shadows that could resemble either a swarm of void rats or an enraged hound, crossed blades, a card of the Emperor's Tarot. As soon as your gaze lingers on any of them, reality bleeds through the fluid shapes. Soon, your spirit will be able to follow me. I will bid the servants to carry your body to your chamber, where you will not be disturbed. Wait in silence and safety. For me, the hunt has begun. Cabela's footsteps fade away, melting into the same impenetrable darkness in which your consciousness is extinguished. You okay, honey? Tess? This is really interesting. I really and truly like the way that this is, like, happening. Like, this quest so far has been incredible. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, so I'm gonna play as Cabela now? Or am I watching? And we'll see in a second. Yeah, it looks like I'm playing as Cabela. Stale air, oppressive noises, the hum and whir of machinery drown out all thoughts. This place rings with tension. Is it the powerful energy coursing through the cables, or have the wails of the workers merged into a cacophony of indignant whispers and desperate prayers? Lost, mired in petty troubles, unmindful of duty, their voices creak as if covered in rust, and their eyes are dimmed by the endless drudgery and lack of light here on the working decks of the Daemon's Great Ark. I've seen it before. In these murky depths, people become creatures all too ready to devour each other for worldly gains. fleeting pleasures, or imaginary freedom from obligations born from the abyss of spiritual emptiness. The Undying One punishes them through me. Disgusting mutations, abominations, reflections of vice are born in these shadows, and I will be their doom. The thread shakes, the web is taut, I step silently. May the great hunt begin. The thread shakes, right? The quarry always leaves a trail. We may not see it, but we can feel it. I taste the air, the scent of fresh dye with a subtle note of sparks. This is new, pleasant. The upper deck reeks of luxury, but here I feel comfortable. There's something else. This is it. I recognize the smell. Ungent, iho, burnt meat, just like inside the shrine. The time has come to split the scarlet web. The web is taut, knowing the hunting ground. To find the enemy, I must listen. Inhale, exhale, inhale. The rhythmic beat of engines and pumps. That is the ship's breathing. That is the ship's heartbeat. Is it strange that I feel at home among the workers of the lower decks who pass their time living like pass their time like the living dead? Warmth spreads throughout my chest. I like to think that it is the connection with which the Undying One bound my and the Domin's fate together. Has he blessed us? And we hunt as one. Oh, he has blessed us and we hunt as one. I step silently, darkness our ally, merge with the shadows. In the twilight of the chamber, barely illuminated by flickering candlelight, I've become like them, the lost, mired servants. They will become unwitting allies in my hunt. Their hopelessness, their desperation, their thirst for survival will become tools for my use. Where's the second spinner? We are supposed to meet here. You know the feeling when you're being stared at, but you can't tell by who or from where? I have that feeling right now. Footsteps, too, are coming towards me. Familiar gaits. Those are the Damon's servants. I would not be surprised if the cultists set out on the trail of the Nemesis alone. The spinners are arrogant. We are just another soul to them. A gift to offer death. The steel mistress's voice is hard and cold. Like her will. I can see in her eyes she dislikes me. She's wary, and so she should be, for we serve the Daemon, not one another. Does this remind you of anyone at all, DaCosta? The man is enamored with fire. Even his words sound full of biting flames, and he himself enjoys playing with fire. Too much so. They bicker again. Their mutual animosity may disrupt the hunt. Examine. To the lay people, the two are now scarcely distinguishable from the common serf in a world where status and privilege are defined by appearance. A single piece of rotten cloth is enough to lower your standing. We will become spectral hounds and follow the trail without drawing attention. All right, I'm here. Hi. There she is. Welcome to the plasma drive chambers, esteemed holy assassin. You can exchange pleasantries later. Lieutenant Gderda is on duty in this compartment. I've ordered her to gather information on all workers who wear red scarves and who have recently left the bay. This is pointless. The red scarf is not proof of guilt. It is merely a symbol. It could be a trap. I need to find her. I will watch the enforcer and those who are watching her in turn. Your enforcer knows nothing about life in the compartment. I guarantee it. I have a better source of information. A good friend of mine who knows a lot about the delicate matters. It'd be easy to get him to talk. He's terrified of pain and death. Only the faithless fear death. I will not trust him. Let him trust me so that his trust may become a snare for my hunt. I cut them off with a gesture. Their method of hunting are not mine, but I take a grain of truth from their words and weave it into my plan. We need to provoke them into making a move. Instill a false sense of impunity. Convince them that they can and must act now. We'll see what that does. This enforcer who answers to Steel Mistress is a symbol of order and obedience in these chambers. She is standing in the way. When she disappears, my enemies will believe it is safe to strike, and that will be a costly mistake. Strike out with spark that ignite the flame. I feel them lurking in the crowd. My enemies, they are cautious. I must find them and let them believe their luck. Then they will shed their mask, and I will take them down. Flaming voice relies on a talker, one who keeps no secrets and fears pain. An unreliable vessel is bad for holding secrets, but good for spilling them. Through him, I will whisper lies to the enemy. They look at me in silence. They do not understand yet, but that matters little. I am on the hunt. Oh. Okay. Cool. So we have done this. We are here. It is literally just us. Okay. Wait. Where's your other sword? You had 2 swords! Didn't we just get a new one? That looked heckin' cool. Newest to oldest, right? This. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, because that's a single one-handed. Like, I'm just gonna keep that on her. I thought she had... Oh, can she dual wield? Oh no, that looks incredibly cool. Okay, so it's time to, so this is a companion quest. Wait, really? Oh my gosh. Something is concerning. Okay. So this is that. Okay, so I don't know how that, like, it looks like her story and the, like, other main story that we're going through all kind of are, like, intertwining. So we'll see what happens. Like, I'm kind of curious if, like, once we do this, then it'll lead into, like, the next of something else, or maybe we just have to travel. We'll see. But we do have to go to the haunting of this. Like, we gotta do that. But first, people have been marked. Flaming voice, so gray hands, spring, bitter. Okay. I feel like this is also where we've been here twice before, right? So we kind of know the lay of this land, which should make our life a little bit easier. So we can't talk. So we need to plant rumors, do other stuff, talk to people.
The web beckons.
I'm not gonna lie, I took a little break from recording for a few days because other stuff was happening. But I'm back, which also means I've forgotten 90% of what I was supposed to do. So we're gonna roam around and aha! Heed the crowd. There we go. The lay people have huddled together like a herd being chased by predators. Faded gazes, bent backs, crimson kisses of batons on their bodies. Yet shadows of smiles touch their dirty, burnt lips as a strange pair, like a hammer and anvil, send sparks into the air with their words. What are you two talking about? And then the lever smacked you right in the kisser. Give or take a tooth, it's nothing. Bruises, burns, cuts, that's just life. And just remind yourselves how you come home after your shift, having exchanged your ration card for a bowl of soup. How your little ones gulp that bowl down, how they fall asleep, feeling a little better. I say that's worth a hard day's work and a punch in the face. He smiles, broad-shouldered with a rusty beard. He's not afraid to share laughter with others, and so the crimson shades from the beatings never leave his face. His voice is bright and sonorous and listened to. Not everyone here is as chipper and thick-skinned as you. A bowl of soup is great, he says. What about having to choose which of your 3 kids gets it? Is that great too? Beatings are nothing, he says. Remember when the enforcers broke your arm? Since you couldn't work, your wife had to pull 3 shifts. She collapsed at the lathe, and the conductive charge burned out her eyes. None of us deserve that. Tough and unyielding, every word hurts, but she's forgiven for her sincerity. They listen to her pull themselves together to share their common pain. Okay, so we come back here later. That was really interesting, though. How, like, one person's trying to make the best of it, and the other is just... I don't want to say facing reality, because that is... I don't want to say subjective, right? Because it's not, right? They are both the reality, though, of their life. This is 2 sides, same coin, I think is the best way to look at it, which I really like that we're actually seeing that. The lay people... Okay, I think that's the same thing.
My visions showed this path, and many others.
Okay. Bro, what am I supposed to be doing? Oops, whoops, whoops. I keep hitting the wrong key. I love it that we keep getting to come back here, by the way. Like, after Act 2 with this area, I do like that we're seeing more of it. Because it just, like, makes the ship, I don't want to say seem more real, but it kind of does. Wait, Stain? Who are you? Long time no see, Spindle. Tell me, what does silence taste like? Are they using secret code? Without flaming voice, he would never even speak to me. Everybody knows silence doesn't taste like anything. If you want to earn rations, you better start dealing in words. He speaks casually, but his voice is slimy and slippery. His eyes are as dirty as an oil-stained garment, the impudence in his gaze and words when he turns them to us. He's unclean and he knows it. He's unrepentant. That's a funny look. And you have a funny-looking companion. Are you here to sell or buy? And before you answer, remember the first rule. Every word has a price. Are we bargaining for information with this lowlife now? It is the duty of every serf to aid the rogue trader and her associates freely and willingly. Oh boy, here it comes. Who's that with you? An enforcer? And a spinner. Do you want me dead? If anyone sees me talking to you, they'll snap my neck. So off you go. The peddler's words trembling in fear for his life. I must extract answers from him, but by what means? 40%. Our Medicaid is high. Okay. Quelling stimulant on the needle's tip will loosen his tongue. What is this feeling? So calm. Fine. Ask whatever you want, but then leave. My reputation cost me a lot of blood, and I didn't earn it to have it trampled into dust because you people happened to stop by. One glance is enough for me to see your true self. You're a liar and a manipulator, peddling other people's secrets and not knowing how to keep your mouth shut. You'll become the bait, sowing confusion among the minions of Nemesis who hope to wait out the lockdown. They think they have enough time. I will deprive them of their confidence. Where do things stand in the plasma drive chambers? There is a bunch of workers in the far corner now gathered between every shift, whispering to each other. They don't invite me. They say I talk too much. Well, if they're scared of my tongue, that means they have something to hide. And of course, everyone's talking about Nemesis. Sure, the foundry and the chapel were big, but he's been helping people all over. A lot of folk are sticking with him now. You can knock my teeth out if I'm lying. I don't got many of those left anyhow, but I'll tell you this, even if someone finds him, they won't rat him out. There'll be a raid soon. Be careful. I warn you in appreciation of your cooperative nature. What are you... That information is not meant for his ears. Really? I see. Well, if that's what all you wanted, then can I go? Go, Stain. Be my herald. So we told him about the raid. It's difficult to admit, but I do share Master-at-Arms' indignation. We came here to get information about traitors, not reveal our secrets. When the renegades hear the coming retribution, it will make them nervous, prone to mistakes, and service that you are free to believe me or walk away. Yeah, let's do with this. But for them to take the bait, it must be compelling. Yes, I see. Thank you. She's very good at her job. Why are we not trusting Cabela? She knows what she's doing. She is in charge of the Lord Rogue Trader's protection. Okay. Anything here? No, just survivor or servitors. Why did I say? Down here? What about you? No. Okay. That's the reactor attendant. So, do I go back? Oh, whip. An old burn spreads across her body in scarlet blotch. A look of contempt. A heavy baton covered in blood symbolizing boundless power. Like a fierce leather whip, she lashes it with both her hands and her gaze. What are you looking at, you beggar? You finish your shift, you go to the barracks, you start your shift, you check in with the foreman to get to work before Matilda comes to pat you on the back. And Matilda, I presume, is that wonderful, not at all intimidating baton on your belt? I guess your disguise is working, but I would rather not spend the next few watches in a medbay because of a misunderstanding. His breathing is quick and flaming voice always makes jests when he's nervous or irritated. Do enforcers infuriate him? In Furnace Master, Master-at-Arms. Apologies for not recognizing you. Goderda, we are conducting an inquest. Answer the spinner's questions. I hope your report will be useful. Whip, what's your scars reveal to me? Day after day, she watches the serfs labor away, exhausting their last vestiges of strength. There is no compassion in her eyes. They're simply a resource that she commands to use and then discard. She hates them because she blames them for her pain, her wounds. You know, I love the Cabela insight on this. I think that this is actually fascinating. And she's not wrong. Like, I love how Cabela sees the in-between. She doesn't just see what people present. And she doesn't just see, like, the kind of directly behind that. She's seeing that she's blaming them for her pain, her wounds, right? Like, this is why she is the way that she is. This is why she's so harsh to all the workers, because she blames them. Tell me what you know and I will listen. A group of workers are wearing red scarves were seen in the compartment just after the attack on the shrine. The foreman stated that they were at work on the freight line. No gunpowder on their clothes, no fresh wounds. Too many of them have started wearing red masks and it muddles the trail. But we also found some red scarves and bloody rags in one of the shredders shortly afterwards. We sealed off the exits, reduced the air supply to maintenance tunnels to the absolute minimum. Now you can't stay in there longer than a few minutes without passing out. There's no way the bastards could have left the plasma chambers. They're definitely in here somewhere. Like snakes, the servants of Nemesis have shed their skin. The red scarf is just a distraction, so we'll let them continue talking. The workers hide their eyes, but I can hear the murmurs echoing through the bay. There's an impotent rage in their hearts directed at Whip, for she is the embodiment of the very order they despise. Why do they not realize that the Enforcer is a shield as much as a lash? Some of the people I escorted to the other side looked at me the same way. In the past, I do not understand, but now, do the lay people see spinners performing their duty to the Undying One, or Enforcers performing theirs to the Daemon as monsters? Do I sense the touch of his will? The Undying Emperor wishes to bestow a revelation upon me in this trying hour. Let his tarot show me the way. I breathe an essence made from ashes and blood of the faithful. It enlightens my mind, granting it grace of reading his signs. A wave of epiphany sweeps my thoughts away, pulling me into a blessed trance. My fingers move of their own accord over the sacred deck and draw a card into the martyr. I see a tear of blood wash over the pale features in the image, and they shift, becoming Whip's face. A portent from him, the Undying One blesses me to take Whip. The minion of Nemesis fear her. When her soul is delivered to the Undying One, the traitor will feel invulnerable. They will crawl out of their holes and fall into my web. I know how Whip's thread will end. I cannot sever Whip's thread with a blade, for the serfs would recognize me as the spinner and lose all courage. But the spark of the machine spirit in the plasma drive chamber has already claimed the lives of many. I will use this, and thus the web will be spun.
Oh.
Okay. So I am going...
Follow the threads.
Plasma drive chamber? Where? I guess we'll go over here. Make sure there's nothing. Okay. This. Isn't that up top over there? Let's see. Also, that had... Yeah, can I... Is there anything new here? Just to double check. Oh, see if anyone has fallen into my web. Did you see what happened? Nemesis didn't stop at the foundry business. He's been roaming the upper decks. They say he went to the vessel shrine and shot some nobles. And then he fled into the chamber, so now a punitive squad is on its way. Prepare your backs. This is gonna hurt. The frightened herd sways, humming in whispers. In their eyes, the fires of anxiety flicker. Careless, suggestible people. Okay. So we know we are on the right path. That is
Another step.
excellent.
Another thread.
Yes, girl, exactly. Is this the this is... Or is this not what I need? So I've got to... There. This is Greyhound's Spring Bitter. That's where we just were, right? Yeah. Okay, so that become a oh, then there's also this. Interesting. I didn't realize there were 3 spots for that. So I need... What did the journal say? Quarry must not see the trap being laid. Okay, so let's see. Also, the Master at Arms is not going to be too happy with what trap I set up. I thought... So does Cabela not... I thought she had a disguise for some reason. Wait, do I have to follow the whip? Into the plaza? Wait, am I supposed to follow? Oh, hold on. I'm gonna see. Steal Mr. Right, Flaming Voice Servitor. So we'll...
No
go.
sleep.
Wait,
no
all right.
Rest,
So where are
only
you?
Duty, only death.
So Whip is on the move. So Servitor. So there's nothing like. I'm just seeing if there's anything to hit. Well, they're on the move. Technical fluid. Yes. She sees you. Moment has not yet come. Okay. Is this it? Okay. Carry out the will of the Undying One. Do I have to wait for her to come back? Okay, so now we wait.
Follow my steps.
Because she'll come back in a second. Oh, so we shall just wait. Hopefully nobody else steps into the trap. That would be awful. I'm going to use this opportunity to get comfy. Because I feel like we're going to be here for a minute. So you did have to make sure, like, she didn't see. So if I had done it faster before, we would have been fine. But this is good to know for future playthroughs that this is how this works. It's like once you laid the trap, you're like, please move faster. Okay, can't see them. Gotta be any minute. Oh, you were here. Yes, and just like that, she's gone. She will never know that she had died for. Meanwhile, the spinners go passing whatever judgment they please. Okay. I don't know why, but must see that she did not write. Find Nemesis accomplices among the commoners.
The web beckons.
So they're not, like, overly pleased with it, but you know what it is, what it is. Okay, so now, I think we come over here. Just die, up and die, and did she have a little help? Yeah, see? Okay, we did it.